news, views, voices of the global Indian community. India abroad.
Namaste everyone.
Namaste.
So, yeah, it's a good long weekend. Thank you for all coming.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaving other navigations and everything. So, when Kalyanji said he's visiting Desi, so I thought it's a great opportunity for us to meet and greet him and also know what's going on with Hindu University of America. So we had a meeting about 3 years ago, but after that we couldn't have a get together like this and meet him, and a lot of things happened after that. So we want to hear what's happening with that, and we also have a special guest, Esther Dhanraji. So it will be very interesting to know her life story. So that's a special gift we got this time. And with that, probably I'll just give a brief intro to Kalyanji. He will elaborate. So Kalyanji was a very senior IT leader in TCS. Like a lot of us, earning a lot of good money, good positions, traveling and all that. But when his conscious call, based on his guru's request, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, he left all that to revive Hindu University of America, which was pretty much moribund. Even though it has 30 years history, it started in early 90s.
89.
89. It was just there, not dying or going anywhere. But since Kalyanji came, from 9 students, now we have over 3,600 students, 2 courses. So he really changed the direction of the university, with his business thinking, experience and dedication. So that's really remarkable, for his dedication. So we are glad we can interact him and meet him today.
So, first of all, I want to thank Narasimhaji, Sima Reddy Kopula. He's one of the members of the Board of Trustees of Hindu University of America. And I have to say, we have a diverse board, and those of you who interact with boards, the boards can go all over the place sometimes. But Narasimhaji brings a very stable, steady, patient mindset to the matters in the Board of Trustees. I also want to appreciate and thank him for opening his home and making this gathering possible, and inviting all of you to come and join this evening. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you all for coming, first of all, and hopefully this will be a productive evening. I'd like to introduce Esther Dhanraj and have her say a few words. So Esther has joined us recently. She's not yet fully on board, but she's going to be starting July. She's in a transition mode right now. She's our Director of Community Outreach. So she's got the important job of...
And
louder.
thank you for the introduction, Kalyanji. Thank you again to Narasimhaji for opening his home, and thank you to Mrs. Reddy ji for doing all that she is doing since we got here. As a woman, I can only appreciate another woman's efforts when guests come in, the time that she's spending in the kitchen, and really appreciate it, Narasimhaji. And thank you all for coming out. Long weekend, yes, terrific traffic, rain, but you're here. Thank you. So, yeah, it is my pleasure to serve as the Director of Community Outreach with HUA, and I've been learning the struggles that HUA has had, and the revival mode that HUA is in today for the past 5 years under the able leadership of our president. To tell you a little bit about my own journey, at the age of 13, I became a Christian, and for the next 25 years I spent as a Christian. And about 2010, I went to a seminary to become a pastor because I wanted to evangelize India and get equipped for that, get academic credentials for that. So I enrolled in something called Master of Divinity, which is the highest non-PhD degree in Christian studies. And I've had the opportunity of looking at my faith of 25 years through an academic lens, and that's when I realized that everything that I was told as a Christian in the church atmosphere is not true. In fact, it's untrue, everything. So from there I quit Christianity. I mean, I made the decision to quit Christianity, although it was not an overnight thing. Nevertheless, I continued my master's degree, which was which took 4.5 years for me to complete. I finished it, but ended up quitting Christianity. Now, as a student in the seminary, for the first time I realized that so much of effort had been spent into putting together not just the curriculum, but the idea that something like that, like something like the Christian studies in a seminary setup to defend a religion, actually, the religious institution, the church. So much effort had gone into it. And that was amazing to me, because a lay Christian would never know all this. And as a student of Christianity, I got to learn a lot of got a lot of insights into Christianity, the church, the Bible itself, and the history of Christianity, the development of Christianity, the development of doctrines of Christianity. So these are some things that you will never learn as a Christian, a lay Christian going to church and practicing Christianity. So the academic side of Christianity kind of made me think that if somebody over the centuries sat down and prepared all this material, there must be so much of passion, they must be driven with the motivation to defend this whole thing. And when I quit Christianity, of course the very reason why I quit Christianity is because it didn't make any academic logical sense. There is no way to rationalize it. So, but now I'm a Hindu. I identify myself as a Hindu, but did I become a Hindu as soon as I quit Christianity? No. It was a long, arduous journey. From the time I quit Christianity to when I identified myself as a Hindu, it took about, I would say, 7 years. So what did I do those 7 years? I struggled to find meaningful material on Hinduism. There were a number of blog sites, there were so many YouTube videos, but that's not where you learn from, especially with an academic grounding in Christianity. I looked for something similar on Hinduism, and sadly there was nothing out there. So the way I went about this is, I became an atheist. I thought I should be an atheist, because in America, when you quit Christianity, the first stop would be atheism, because all the former Christians are today prominent atheists in this country. So that was my first stop. That was the only material that was available to me. Not because I wanted to be an atheist by choice, but that was the only material that was available to me. And then when atheists didn't answer all the questions, it failed to answer the very questions that as a Christian I raised. So when that didn't answer me all the questions, I thought there must be a higher power. So then I became an agnostic. You see why I call this an arduous journey? For somebody who was a fanatic Christian for 25 years to even admit that there may not be a God, that was very hard for me. One hard thing was, oh, maybe Christianity is false after 25 years of practicing it. And then the next hard thing was, maybe there is no God. And from there, oh, maybe there is a God, but I don't know the name. These are all hard, very hard for somebody who is so rooted in Christian upbringing, right? From agnosticism, then I explored. This was all self-learning I was doing while I was continuing in my master's in divinity. So I was reading material. The only material that was missing in my library was on Hinduism because there was nothing. There was none. So now when I have started my journey with HUA, there's not a day that goes by and I think maybe I would not have wasted those 8 years if there was an institution like HUA. So I see that, I think that. And what makes me happy is somebody has put the effort in putting together all this curriculum that HUA offers today. And I can now say that this is a Hindu seminary. Okay. So that is how I see the value of Hindu University of America in this country, probably going forward with support from people like you. We will become the world university that offers Hindu studies.
Great, thank you so much, Esther Ji. So she was a Hindu, she was born in a Hindu family, and she took this long circuitous route for a quarter of a century and more. And we are very, very happy that she has returned home to Hinduism. So please give her a big hand. For most of us who have not experienced conversion and reconversion, it is impossible for us to even imagine what it is like, how fragile relationships become in families. The people are very, very close. You leave one home, you go to another home, and then you leave that, come back. So it's a terrific, it's a tremendous journey, intellectual journey that Esther has been through. And I think, taking all of her experience, I believe she will make a tremendous contribution in the future. I keep encouraging her to do a PhD in Hindu studies now. And with the amount of intellectual orientation that she brings to the table, that be quite the appropriate thing for her to take on whenever she's ready, right? Okay, now I'm going to play a short video. It's about 6 minutes. This video is about 3 years old. Okay, it's a decent video. Some numbers are outdated, but it's a very good intro to Hindu University of America. So give me a moment. I'll set it up.